Hi everyone, it's Sandra here and I'm back again. Thank you so much for everyone who came through for me in my last video. I am shocked. Thank you so much. For the new subscribers, welcome and I hope to see you more. So welcome back to my YouTube channel, and here we are. So initially when I sat down here, like when I sat down in front of my camera to like have a sit down video, I wanted to talk about review. There's this book I read. It has a movie form, but I realized that most times they like the movies don't really portray everything that happens in the book. They don't tell everything. So that's that. But then I was just sitting down, I was just like just wasting time, right? And then I came across a video on YouTube too. Yeah, so I came across a video, and I don't know, people who know me or people who don't know me, but I'm someone who is very passionate about adoption. I am very passionate about adoption, and that's something that I'll definitely do when the time is right. Definitely when the time is right. So I don't know if it's because I'm passionate about adoption, or if it's because it's just not supposed to be. So I went through, I was going through YouTube, right? And then I saw a video, like I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was, she's also a YouTuber. It was a Q&A, and so she was just going through the questions. People were asking her different questions. She's a mom, like she's a mom vlogger. So then there was a question where someone said, your younger kid doesn't look like you, but I can still feel the love. This is what the question said. She read it out. She was like, your younger kid doesn't look like you, but I can still see the love, and I can still see the love and feel the connection between you both, but he doesn't look like you. Was he adopted? And her response was, God forbid. And I was like, so I'm like, what's that? Like, even if you feel a certain type of way towards adoption, the phrase God forbid just seems so extreme to me, in my opinion, because everyone has their opinions to different things. So me, I'm an adoption advocate, honestly. But I just realized that because I'm always on YouTube and I watch lots of things, and I'm not one to put a stereotype on people or anything, but most times stereotypes are always accurate. But I'm not saying this is a stereotype, but from what I've seen and from like the people around me, I have come to discover that adoption is like a really touchy, secretive, very sensitive subject to Nigerians, and I feel it's not supposed to be, because many Nigerians don't see adoptions. They feel a child is an orphan, a child is an orphan. Like, this child was thrown into the waste bin and the child is in the orphanage and that is it. They don't see, or they don't think that this child isn't meant to be there. This child is supposed to have a forever home and stuff like that. Like, to me, adoption is just a way of creating, and it's creating a family, bringing a child into an already made family, or bringing a child to make up a family. Adoption doesn't necessarily mean, I don't know how Nigerians see it, but adoption is just, if you already have, if you can have your kids biologically with no issues, thank God for that. But if you already have like your biological kids and you wish to expand, and you want to expand through adoption, that's nice, because okay, maybe you want to bring a child out of the orphanage or domestic adoption or whatsoever, and you just like want to bring the child and give this child love, give this child a family, forever family, without discrimination of any form, fine. If you are those who like have complications and you can't give birth and stuff like that, and then you want to go through adoption, fine. That's how me I see it. But I don't know, I've noticed that adoption is a very touchy subject in Nigeria, excuse me, because most Nigerians, like, when I saw this video, I was like, because when I have the opportunity to get into certain discussions with people, I usually talk about adoption, right? So I've actually heard from others like, When you talk about adoption in Nigeria, they're like, do you know do you know where the child is coming from? Do you know who the child's parents are? Do you know if there's an evil spirit following the child's family? Do you know if the child's parent died of a disease, HIV or whatsoever, and stuff like that? Like, they'll be like, I don't want to bring problem into my life and all that kind of thing. Right, okay, yeah. These things they listed out. Maybe their worries. Definitely adoption is never smooth. It's never smooth because it always starts with a loss. A loss between the child and the mother, and that's already stick already. But then when we talk about all these things, like all this do you know the child's parents did you know the child's parents did that, do you know the family lineage? There's something in me, as I said before, I don't believe in stereotypes, right? Okay, the way most Nigerian parents are always telling their daughters, be conscious of, be cautious of guys, be cautious of guys, guys are evil, guys are this, guys and that. And they have sons, right? And their sons are well behaved and all that. And I ask myself, like, why can't they think or believe that there's this 1% of there's 1% of guys out there that's actually genuine, like their sons. So now, why do they think that every child in an orphanage has problem, has wahala? Either they have a family curse or they have mental issues, or yes, you wouldn't know all this and there'll be a lot of health complications that you wouldn't know about it. But with time, you'd get to know the child with time. And another thing is, when I've seen just a very few people adopt in Nigeria, a very few people, and the country, this, oh God have mercy, the country itself is not even making things easy on these kids that are up for adoption, these kids that are in orphanage homes, because in the country Nigeria, it's seen as, it's a very sensitive topic. It's a very huge step that not most people are ready to take because of a lot of things. Because of, even if you and your husband, or you and your spouse, your partner, are ready and up for adoption, your family members, your neighbors, your church members, do they all agree with it? Because it's something foreign to them and it's not supposed to be. I'm not saying it's supposed to be. I'm not also saying, like, I'm not blaming them who think it's foreign. So it's just the way it is. So as I was saying, Nigeria has this policy. They said due to child trafficking, they have this policy where a foreigner cannot adopt in Nigeria. Even if you are a Nigerian and your partner is a foreigner, you cannot adopt. You have to be 100% Nigerian for you to be able to adopt in Nigeria. Now, this is limiting the options of possible adoptive parents. Like, we're already in a country that isn't fair on orphans. We're in a country that, and then you're blocking way for these kids, like you're blocking way for these kids to have a home, to have family and all that. And now I feel like, if this is the case, we all shouldn't see adoption as it is. She was like, God forbid. Honestly, I sat down here to talk about a movie or even have a song review or whatever, but I just saw that and I was like, wow, I'm an adoption advocate, so why not come here? Like, I know a lot of people will not even be interested in this topic because they just aren't. It's just not something that interests them. It's not something that they just sit down and think. There was one time I was talking to a friend. I think I'll call it a survey or something. Guys, to be specific, I was talking to friends. I think I spoke to like 3 guys or so, and I was like, how do you see adoption? Like, how do you say adoption if your child can't give, if your partner, that's the lady, if the lady can't give birth, and even if she can and wants to adopt, how do you see it? I asked 3 guys, and the first one was like, if the lady cannot give birth, that at first he wouldn't even be with her if she can't give birth. So maybe they'll do stuff before they get married, I don't know. But he was like, he can't even be with her if she can't give birth. That's one. And then if she can give birth, and then she wants to adopt, and it's like causing a fight between them. Fine, he will let her adopt, but then the kid won't have his name. And I was like, why? And then he said it's just so much baggage that he wouldn't want to put himself in. It's just so much like, what is the baggage? There are kids that are being brought there in different circumstances. There are people who are very poor. There are people who are very, very poor, and maybe let's say they made mistakes, and then they have like so much kids that they can take care of, and they put them in an orphanage. The child is not cursed. The child doesn't have an undying disease or whatever. There are young girls who get pregnant, do not want people to know. Maybe they found out late, so they couldn't abort. They gave birth and threw the child somewhere, and somebody picked that child up. What would you say about that child? You get, like, what would you say about that child? So I just feel like Nigerians should be more open-minded when it comes to adoption. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And about Nigeria's policy of not letting foreigners adopt in the country, I don't know to I don't know what exactly, but I feel like it's unfair. Yeah, there are child traffickers everywhere, lots of places. There's still, and most of these kids are probably in worse conditions. I just feel like the policy, to me, to enter. So then that was his, and I was like, wow, okay. And then I went to the second person and I asked the same question, and then he was like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Do people adopt in Nigeria? And yeah, I said to myself, I was like, well, really though, like, really though, do people adopt in Nigeria? Okay, you wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't know because it's a sensitive topic. So if someone does adopt, they wouldn't want to tell people. Like, why? Like, why is it such a secret? It's someone's story. Yeah, I get that. It's the child's story. It's not really the parent's story to tell. It's a child's story. And I feel like an adopted child should know that they're adopted. I don't know, I just feel like it's just something that the child should know. No matter how you may feel the child will feel, I feel they'll just come to terms with it, because there are just some things. There's a difference with being related through the law and related biologically. That maybe, let me say, sorry, no offense, but let me say a complete black person adopts an albino. Okay, no, albino is genetic. Which instance would I give? Let's just say two black, very really really dark couples have like a really fair child, and then they'll be wondering like, this child, how did this child come about? It's true adoption. Lie. They would never say that. It's as if it's wrong. Okay, I don't even know. This is just my opinion. Is it wrong to let a child know that the child was adopted? Not like you're saying you are wanted or you don't. I feel this is part of the child's life. It's a story, and I feel it could also shape the way the child thinks, because a child being adopted in Nigeria, a country that doesn't really recognize or see adoption as something that's just open, it could change the child's perspective of adoption. But that's by the way. And then I asked the third guy, and then he was like, no, 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 no. But then if it's someone that I really, really, really love, I would think about adopting, and that would be like when I'm done having all my kids, and I'll try that. He didn't know if he'll be able to love the child as much as, yeah, I get that. Maybe most people won't say that, because people, I think they say blood just automatically forms love and all that. So I was like, wow. And then I saw that lady, and then she was like, go for beach. And I was like, wow. And look at me here, being an advocate of adoption, when my country, okay, let me not say my country, when the people around me, people I see are really, really scared and sensitive about adoption and stuff like that. And I don't even get it. Like, I don't get it. But guys, that's just it, honestly. That's just it. I want to also hear your opinion. Please, 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 please drop comments. Drop comments. I didn't come here to talk to myself or talk to you guys. Sorry if this is what you expected, but I just feel like it's something I would really like to share. And that's just it. So please, I want to know, like, I want to get comments. Is it just me or my environment that meets people who see adoption as a very sensitive thing, a very, it's huge, yes, it's huge, but they see it as something that shouldn't be done, something that's not for them. And you see, on a scale of 1 to 10, you see 10 people saying it's not for them individually, maybe thinking, it's not for Mr. A, it's for Mr. B, and Mr. B too is saying the same thing, and then at the end of the day, all 10, no one wants, you get. So I don't know, is it just me that made this set of people? Are they people who are like advocate of adoption like I am, or that's just how it is? Maybe our environment has shaped us this way, our mentality has shaped. I'm not saying our mentality is bad, I'm not saying it's good either. I'm just saying, like, is it our mentality, or are these things they say, these reservations they have, like, is it like they've seen it or they've experienced it or something? And what do you think about a child being adopted and knowing about it? Like, what is it, like, what's your thoughts? Like, if it were to be your child, would you want to tell the child, oh, at some point you were adopted, you know, and explain to the child adoption doesn't necessarily mean you were unwanted, doesn't necessarily mean I'm trying to help you or anything. So I would like to know your take on it. So thank you guys so much for watching. So I'm so sorry if this isn't the video you expected, but this is something that I feel like I should talk about, and I'm also very, very curious because I want to know people's opinion. Like, Nigerians don't talk about adoption enough. They don't. There are lots of kids out there. There are lots of kids out there needing a family to call home, needing love, which I don't think it's hard. Honestly, my motto is love one another. How hard is it? The world is like this right now because of there's no love. That's just it. The only problem the world has is that there is no love. Is it corruption? Is it terrorists? Is it kidnapping? Whatever it is, it's all about love. If you love a human, definitely automatically you will treat the person the way you would want to be treated. I doubt there's anybody who would want to be treated badly or treated like it. It's not possible. So the world's biggest problem right now is lack of love. It is lacking love. And then there are kids out there that literally don't even have an iota of love in their lives at all, and they are not going anywhere. Nigeria has blocked it. There's nobody coming to adopt them if it's not you. If you aren't the one, they will be there till their age gets their age the age limit reaches, and they are being sent out of the orphanage, and they're supposed to start from what? You guys get me? Please, please, please. I'm just using this my little medium to encourage anybody who is thinking of adoption but it's being a bit reserved because, like, what will people say, what will my family say? I'm not saying, also, it's not cheap. So it's not cheap. It's something you do. Like, everybody, me, when I want something, like when I really want something, or when I'm committed to something, I go extra miles. I won't lie, like right now in my life, I am so for adoption that I'm actually keeping slashes around. Like, I make this thing, I drop it here, I make this and I drop it here. So when the time comes, I wouldn't say, this money is too much. This one and that one, this one and that one. Adoption is not a smooth process. That's why I feel like at the end of the day, you just have no choice than to love this child because you actually went through a lot to get them. And the fact that you went through a lot, I think that's just an act of love already to the child. That's just automatically an act of love. So I really want to hear your views on this topic. Why and how do Nigerians see adoption the way they do? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming to my channel, and I hope to see more of you soon. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up, ring the bell so that you get notified of every new video that comes, and subscribe. Click the bell, like, subscribe, comment, guys. Please, I need your comments on this. Thank you so much for watching.